there. My name is Big Bill. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all had a wonderful week, and I hope you guys are gonna have a wonderful weekend. As today is Friday. Change it up a little bit. Yes, today is Friday. Friday, December 12th, 2025. We are moving right along to the end of the year. We're moving right along to Christmas, moving right along to New Year's. We are just moving. as a couple of people have told me, we are moving. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you guys are watching. As if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. If you guys are from here who have been here for a while, thank you for staying. Thank you for everything. Pretty much. And what I mean by thank you for everything, like thank you for watching the videos, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, and thank you for saying subscribe. As my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're probably not going to hit it by the end of the year. That's fine. Next year I plan on bringing out more games to my channel here because of the PC and stuff like that. And there will be a video later on before the new year of what my plans and what I want to accomplish, or my plans and goals, and then maybe what do I want to accomplish next year for YouTube. There will be a video about that. I did get asked about that, and yes, I will be talking about that. But first, there's three big things that we're going to be, well, one's not really a big thing. It's a big thing to me and a certain team I cheer for. Let's talk about the major thing. Well, actually, first, let's talk about today's load. You guys have not tell by the video or the title of the video. Yes, we are hauling to Louisiana for the first time. We are hauling two anonymous tractors weighing in at 39,600 pounds. We are going to Natchitoches, Tyson Foods. We are leaving here from Jonesboro, Arkansas, and we are heading south to Louisiana. They're expecting us Saturday 1:42 a.m. to Saturday 3:12 a.m. Job pays $28,990. Next, job remains is 18 hours and 25 minutes. Next rest stop is in 5 hours and 59 minutes. We have plenty of time to do this run because the remaining trip time is 4 hours and 55 minutes, and the remaining trip distance is 257 miles. I'm gonna do something real quick, and I'm gonna explain why I don't do this. So let's just hit that button. This is why, because I feel like I would take too much time doing this. This is just to answer a question. There you go. We took the photo. Now I gotta fight to get over here, which we really don't have to, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. That is why I don't really stop, take a photo, and I just let the video do a random ass thumbnail. But anyways, guys, let's get to the subject. Some of you have actually asked me personally through a private message, or you guys have commented on my videos, or any other way you guys can reach out to talk to me. And some of you do know that I am a University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish football fan. Well, pretty much my whole family is University of Notre Dame football fans. Now, I'm going to make this polite as possible. Am I annoyed? Absolutely. There's another one over here? Hold on a second. Right here somewhere. Hold on. We're going to do another one. Here we go. Boom. There. That is why I don't do them. But anyway, long story short, Notre Dame is not in the college football playoff. They put continue with this subject, I will admit this: Miami is a good football team. Alabama, you are a good football team. Yes, Alabama did have some struggles this year. Same with Miami. Look who Miami lost to. Look who Alabama lost to. Look who Alabama just lost in the SEC championship game to. Okay, those are some starters. How about some other stuff? Well, Notre Dame's 2 losses combined 4 points. 3 to Miami, 1 to Texas A&M, who are still in the top 5, or I think they're in the top, no, I think they're in the top 10. I don't think they're in the top 5, but they are in the top 10 all year. Now, they do have 1 loss, which is okay. They're still a good team. Texas A&M is a very fabulous team this year. Really good head coach in Mike Eco. Very good coaching staff, you know. And I will give props to the SEC. You know, there's a lot of good coaching staffs and a lot of good head coaches. Kellen DeBoer, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin now going to LSU, which we're not even gonna go there. But I know LSU is very happy to have Lane Kiffin. But what I'm trying to get at is this. All right. BYU, Texas Tech, Big 12. Texas Tech beats BYU by a hefty good margin. Now, BYU loses. Okay. Now it's all down to the SEC championship and the ACC championship. Well, Duke won. Virginia lost. Duke won the ACC championship. Now, I did hear some opinions on that. My opinion is Miami should probably have been in that championship game. I think they should have. I don't know how they didn't get in there. So that's one thing. Number 2, okay, BYU. They didn't move at all in the ranking. They did not move. I think they moved 1 spot since they lost to Texas Tech, which is fine. BYU is a very good team. They're coached by a very good head coach who just stayed with BYU instead of going to Penn State. Okay? Just to put this in perspective, all right? All right. The only team who did not play the only 2 that did not play this past Saturday was Miami and Notre Dame. Now, the head-to-head, yes, you would give it to Miami because they won by 3 points over Notre Dame week 1. But here's the thing that everyone is avoiding. Okay, week 1, okay, yes, the first week of the year, a lot of mistakes, and there were some decent amount of mistakes in that game by both Notre Dame and Miami. I will admit that. Notre Dame did not play well. If we would have won, it would have been a miracle, in my opinion. Miami went out and played ball like they've been doing. And now that they have Carson Beck as their quarterback, they can really play ball. Mario Cristobal, he's a very good head coach. Remember, he's part of that Nick Saban tree that everyone talks about. He is part of that Nick Saban tree. And guess what? Nick Saban has produced a lot of good coaches that can become really good head coaches. You know, like Ed Orgeron, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, for another example. There's so many. Now, this is where it gets a little touchy. Okay. Alabama beat Georgia at home. I believe it was at home. I think it was at home. I don't know. I have to look at their schedules. But Alabama did beat Georgia earlier in the year. Okay. Georgia just beat Alabama by 21 points in the SEC championship game. Remember, Miami had 0 rushing yards. Miami had 0 rushing yards on Saturday. Alabama had -3. Just to finish this all out, in my personal opinion, I don't think Notre Dame would have won the title this year. I think we would have gotten to the quarterfinal. I think we would have, whoever we would have played in the first round, I feel like we would have beat them, moved on to the next round, and lose. I think that's what had happened. I don't know where they would have put us, but, you know, we were right there with Oklahoma and Texas A&M. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to play against Texas A&M again. I would love for them to play against Oklahoma. We've always had good games against Oklahoma, you know. So, but for you to consider Alabama, who struggled to beat a very bad Auburn team the last game of the year, come on. Come on. Don't give me that shit, okay? Now, first of all, let's get to the other two teams that I've not talked about. But congratulations on making it. That is Tulane, and James Madison. Okay. We know about James Madison. Oh, hold on a second. I'll show off the truck here in a minute, but here is our run. $83.22 a mile. Tyson Foods, the Tyson Foods. Pretty much easygoing trip. Trip distance, total trip distance and total trip time. Trip distance is 341 miles. Total trip time is 6 hours and 23 minutes, which, and it's not far, it's not bad, but hey, we're going to get it done without over-separating our clock. Navigation, or the map, pretty much a straight shot from here to here. We're getting ready to go through El Dorado, and then boom, we are there, and I don't even want to try again. So, but we're going to be entering the Pelican State. There we go. So, all right, let's show out the truck. I'm going to keep talking. So, what I'm trying to get at is this. Okay, Alabama really struggled. They lost to Florida State. They lost to Oklahoma. Okay, now Oklahoma gets to play them again. Do you really think Oklahoma wants to play Alabama again? I mean, Oklahoma was, my opinion, I think Oklahoma's going to win. I don't, Alabama had 10 players out for the SEC championship game. I don't know if all of them are going to come back or just a handful, but just my personal opinion, I think Oklahoma's going to win that. Secondly, okay, Tulane and James Madison. Good luck. I think one plays Ole Miss, and I think the other one plays Oregon, I believe. I have to look at the bracket. I don't have the bracket written down or on my phone right away because I just quit looking at it. So, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But anyway, I just don't see them. Maybe if one of them is facing Ole Miss, maybe they can play an advantage because Ole Miss just lost their good head coach in Lane Kiffin. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But other part of the news is Notre Dame opted out of a bowl game. Okay. First of all, I don't blame them. Secondly, could this be a strategy for them? It could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the athletic director. I'm not Marcus Freeman. I'm not any of the players. Like I said, I don't know if we would have went back to the national championship game. It would have been nice. I don't think we would have beat Ohio State, though. That's who I'm still picking. Don't get me wrong. Indiana and Ohio State, that was a really good Big Ten championship game. You all have to admit that. But let me tell you something. That game was something else. Now, Heisman winner, I want Jeremiah Love to win it for Notre Dame. I would love to see that, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. But you never know. Gosh, trying to think of what else I could say about this. I'm not trying to make this topic very too long because there's two other things I want to talk about real quick. But let me just say this real quick. My personal opinion. Okay, the neutral site. We have conquered all of Arkansas. Here's what I just want to say this real quick. I know this was a traffic light. I just want to say this real quick. Okay? For everyone to talk the way they're talking, especially on ESPN. First of all, you put Notre Dame in A&M bowl games in the playoff, Notre Dame fans are going to follow. They're going to sell that stadium out. When Notre Dame goes to an ACC school, you ever take notice the stadiums are always full or sold out? Or when Notre Dame travels, the stadiums are full with Notre Dame fans. They like to travel. Okay. They are projecting ESPN to lose $50 million just because Notre Dame is not going to the Pop-Tart Bowl game. Which is, everyone's thinking that's where they would have gone. They would have gone to the Pop-Tart Bowl game to play against BYU. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like that would have been a good game. I feel like that would have been a good game for us. I think we would have won. Now, I'm just being a little bit biased when I say that because, I'm not really giving BYU any hope, but hey, it is what it is. BYU had a tremendously good year. So, but what I'm trying to get at is this, okay? I can't stand what people are saying about Notre Dame, especially those nimrods on ESPN. And the reason I call them nimrods is because, they don't look at the big picture here. The big picture is this. In my opinion, I'd rather have Notre Dame in there over James Madison or Tulane. No, don't get me wrong. Congratulations to them too for winning their championships, but come on now. And let's also face the fact this. If you go to Atlanta and play Georgia, you might as well just count the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta where the Falcons play. You might as well just make that Georgia Bulldog home. You might as well just make that another home. You might as well just make that as another Stanford Stadium, pretty much. So, but that is my little event. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long. I just can't stand it the way they're talking about Notre Dame. It is what it is. I still support Notre Dame. I will always support Notre Dame no matter what. If anybody does leave to go to the NFL, good luck. I will still be cheering for you. So yeah. Everyone's asking for my pick in the college football playoff or the championship. I got Ohio State and Georgia. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice to see Indiana, but I just don't know. That one is just so touchy with me. And the reason I say it's so touchy is because Indiana has its moments. They're up and they're down. I mean, Kurt Sangani is a very good head coach, but I just don't know. We'll see what happens. So, but to get off the college football playoff, let's talk about some other big news going on in the world. Michael Jordan, well, actually, not just Michael Jordan, but NASCAR and the 2311 and Front Row Motorsports have agreed to a settlement by yesterday, Thursday, December 11th. Okay. First off, I'm glad it came down to a settlement, that both sides are going to agree to a settlement, and it sounds like Front Row and 2311 are going to get, I think they're getting money. I think they're going to get some money and some other stuff from NASCAR. So, I don't know the whole detail, the whole story. I came home late yesterday and I turned the TV on and that was the one thing they were talking about. So I don't fully know what's expected with this settlement, but we have to wait and see. But I'm glad it's over with. I'm glad they were all able to agree to a settlement. And the one thing I liked about Michael Jordan's interview was they were all cooler heads. They were all calm, cool, and collective. So, but that is one of the news I wanted to talk about also is, it's good to see no one's being sued. The battle is over. They're going to do a settlement, and that's good. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to press my luck with this Freightliner here, with this chip trailer. Oh, man. And I do apologize for venting a lot. I do apologize for talking about college football playoff, but, that just, in my opinion, you shouldn't have leave Notre Dame out. In my opinion, Notre Dame should be in, Alabama should be out, in my opinion. Now, yes, strength of schedule, yes. Obviously, Alabama did play on Saturday. Notre Dame didn't. Notre Dame's still an independent, you know. And I'm just trying to finish that off real quick by also saying this. I don't know about our athletic director, but he did have a point with the ACC. Why would you play Notre Dame versus Miami all weekend long when you could have been playing other stuff? I mean, let's think about it. We all knew Miami was going to make it in. I think we all did. Oop, Chief, go. Thank you. That Chief's not going. Hello? Okay, were we not supposed to go? I might have lost. Okay. That's also in real life, too. People who sit at green lights. But anyway, let's get on to the other subject. Welcome to the Baltimore Orioles, the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso. Totally surprised. When I mean that, I actually do mean that. I am totally shocked and surprised that Pete Alonso is actually on the Baltimore Orioles. I didn't think it was going to happen. I think we were going after Schwarber more than Alonso, and then once Schwarber announced that he was, or once Philly and Schwarber announced that he was staying in Philadelphia, you know, we went after Pete Alonso, which I'm happy. We got our first base, 5-year, I think it's 150 million. So I'll take that. He can help our young guys out. He's good with the rookies or the younger guys. So yeah, I really don't have that much to talk about, other than the fact, yes, don't get me wrong when I say this, and this is going back to the college football playoff. I wanted to jump on here and make a video or do one of those other two scenes and talk about it the whole time. Part 3, I bit my tongue the whole time I was recording that. Like, I just want to get on here and just start, but you know what? No. They can say what they want, it's alright, I ain't know if we've been through Louisiana yet, to be honest with you. Yeah, we must have. I know, because I was talking too much. I've been talking too much when we're in first person the whole time during a video. And this is also the Load King. What is it? Load? This is one of the SCS trailers. I can't think of his name. I don't know why, because it's not coming to me for some weird reason. But hey, we do end the week on a good note. We started the week out starting up or continuing and finishing a long trip, and then we finish out with a nice short trip to Louisiana. So hey, first load is in the books. Let's do a little bit of driving down here. We'll make a little bit of money exploring down here, but I guarantee my drivers have already probably came down here. Sunday or Monday, look out for something new is coming to the channel. Be on the look for it. Alright? That's all I'm going to say. Be on the lookout for a new game coming out on the channel, new playlists, and something to do other than Euro Trucking ATS. This must be a shop Tyson. And what I mean by shop Tyson, like this one, they probably work on stuff. No, to everyone who commented that I should have done the harder backup on part 3, no, I'm good there, Chief. Oh boy. But anyway, that's good. Hit the brakes, kill the engine. First load, Louisiana. Boom! Oh, 341 miles is the driven distance. Time taken 7 hours and 12 minutes. Fuel consumed 57.2 gallons of fuel consumed. Level 25, level 26. If it does crash, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Now remember, we are going to go sleep, so most of these loads are going to disappear. So, but hopefully we can get lucky and get like a small little Louisiana run here. So, looks pretty promising though. That looks like a pretty fun one. So, we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, everyone have a wonderful Friday. Well, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. All right. I do apologize about venting about the college football playoff for as long as I did. I didn't really want to talk about it too much, but I got carried away. So I do apologize. But anyways, guys and girls, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all Monday. And yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for all the love on here on YouTube. Once again, please like, comment, subscribe. Bye.